Hello there, I'm the Biblical Translator, and today's scripture is taken from Luke 6:43. A good tree can't produce bad fruit, and a bad tree can't produce good fruit. A tree is identified by its fruit. Figs are never gathered from thorn bushes, and grapes are not picked from bramble bushes. A good person produces good things from the treasury of a good heart, and an evil person produces evil things from the treasury of an evil heart. What you say flows from what is in your heart. I think this is a pretty, is it a straightforward scripture? I think it more or less is what it says on the tin. Basically, if you, a good tree can't produce bad fruit. A good person can't be bad. You can't even say they can't be bad, because in these times you can have the very best of intentions and you'll have people goading you, and as much as you try to be good, it's very difficult. Does that mean you're evil? Does that mean if you're provoked to evil and you finally relent that you're an evil person? I guess it all depends how you are. Some people, they pretend that they have forgiven someone. Meanwhile, they hold a lot of resentment in their heart. It's like in relationships. A partner has done something wrong, and the other party says, oh, it's okay, it doesn't matter, when really it does. And then that partner does the same thing again. And the partner says, oh, it doesn't matter, when really it does. And this goes on. Meanwhile, the person who keeps saying it doesn't matter to look good and to seem like the perfect wife and to seem like they're the forgiving wife or the forgiving husband, they're building up resentment, and it's boiling and it's boiling and it's boiling. And so meanwhile, the husband, or we'll call them the spouse, feels, oh, I've got such a lovely wife, I've got such a lovely husband. You know, she never argues, she never nags me, she's always so cooperative, she's always so lovely and accommodating, she's always so flexible. And then one day, you tick her off, or you tick him off, and he or she goes berserk. Stop! Oh! You've never heard them curse. They start cursing. Oh, this and that, and you always do this, and I'm fed up of this, and you're a lazy this, and you're a B, and you're an F, and you're an everybody, every acronym there is, every letter of the alphabet. They call that person out. All the things that have been building up, that has built in from, that started off as a loving relationship, has now turned into something sordid and angry and disappointing. And the spouse is like, whoa, where did that come from? I've been with this person for 2 years. I've never seen them explode like that. I didn't even know they were capable of exploding like that. Those nasty things they said to me. How can I forgive them? How can I forget them? And the evil that was fermenting in that person's heart has come out of the mouth, and you can't take it back. Does that mean that that person was evil to begin with? No, that person didn't deal with the issues to begin with. It's so important when something is bothering you, when someone has troubled you, when someone has hurt you or betrayed you, that you go to the source and you get it out of your system with that person, regardless of the consequences. And I don't mean when I say you take it out on them, I'm not talking about abuse. I'm talking about tell them how they hurt you, when they hurt you, how they've made you feel. When you deal with the source of your disappointment, your betrayal, you won't carry that over and you won't let it ferment. It's done with. Once you've got it out in the open, and it might be a bit uncomfortable for 24 hours or 48 hours, but you've got to the root cause. It could be a misunderstanding. It could be you didn't explain yourself properly. It could have been that individual genuinely thought you were okay with it and it didn't matter, because a lot of times when you say you're okay with something when really you're not, that person is just taking you on what you said. Sometimes you think, oh, well, he must know that it's not, I'm not happy with it. Doesn't he see my face? Doesn't he hear the tone of my voice? Doesn't he see my body language? Doesn't he know why I've gone sulky? Doesn't he know why I've gone out for a walk? No, some people don't know unless you tell them. So somebody, when they say a good tree produces good fruit, technically it does. But there are so many things, especially when you think about today. You'll have a beautiful tree, but by the time the farmers have put pesticides in it and they've put all kind of preservatives and sprays and goodness knows what else, is that tree still a good tree? No, it's been harmed by the environment. It's been harmed by what's been added to it. And likewise, individuals are the same. We're basically inherently good people, but we've been harmed by society, by the environment, by people, by actions, by words. We've been harmed. And what was once good is no longer good. And to bring out the good in people, it's only love can do that, and nurturing. They're on this thing with this green campaign, and yes, it might have other agendas, but basically it's to clean the earth and clean the air. But, it's kind of a paradox, because how do you clean the air and clean the earth when you're still building bombs and you're still doing stuff underground and you're still, rocking the earth's surface, and you're still going to space, and you're still doing things that create an imbalance in the world? So, it's society, if people could just teach love and how to care for people again, and how not to take things personally, and how not to live in fear of other people and in fear of yourself, what you might do if caught up in a certain situation. It's about managing your emotions. They call it emotional intelligence. Once you manage your emotions, you're able to deal with situations in a calm way that will not hurt anyone, and you will not be labelled as evil. So, I think today's scripture is more about who we inherently are, who we can become, how we can change, what makes us change, and what we can do about it. And that's why we're all given a second chance. Well, we're given lots of chances, really. We can be born again. We can take on a different type of mentality. We can choose to be better people. We can choose to be more loving and caring and empathetic. We can choose to forgive. And we can choose to reject bitterness and resentment. It's up to us, really, whether we want to produce good fruit or bad fruit. It's up to us. So I'm going to leave it there. I didn't really study this scripture this morning, so this is just ad-libbing, but I hope somebody finds it useful. And that's all for now. Bye-bye.